So, Valve game was announced.
Was it Half-Life 3?
It wasn't Half-Life 3.
What was it, John?
It was actually
Half-Life 4?
Yes, Half-Life 4.
What?
They just jumped the shark.
It's unbelievable.
Apparently, Half-Life 3 came out 10 years ago, and no one knew it. No one knew about it.
Huh?
It was there.
It was
on
a
the
hidden
shelves.
gem.
So what you're saying is we're going to label this Half-Life 4 announcement on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay.
You've heard it right here. Cartridge Blast Gamers. Anyway, no. During, a Dota 2 tournament, there was Valve was all excited to show off this new teaser for a game called Artifact, which is the next game in their card game.
I think it's their only card game, but it's related to Dota 2.
It's related to
game.
Dota 2.
It's a new card game.
But it's new.
Yeah.
The Dota 2. What you're saying is we're not getting Half-Life.
Ever.
Never.
It's never happening.
He died inside a little bit.
So cold.
No one even cares, though. It's like an indie game, right?
I feel like it's an indie game. I don't know. I feel like if they ever did release Half-Life 3,
It's never going to live up to the hype.
it's never going to live up to the hype,
They'd have to hire back all their story writers.
Which they won't.
which they
'Cause
can't
don't need
afford.
to. Oh, they can afford
They can afford it.
They can afford a lot. They don't just.
They
They,
can-
just don't want to.
They
don't need to
they
take
could
any
afford their own
risk.
continent.
They were peasants. They didn't
Hey.
need them anymore.
Hey, if they wanted me to, I'll write their game for $50.
Jonah, I would actually play.
You would
it
go to
with you.
Valve and offer your services for $50.
Yeah. I will be the guy that wrote Half-Life 3.
Can you talk to him?
I don't have the willpower.
It's like Half-Life 3's lead writer, Jonas Ashworth.
So, has anyone ever played any of these?
Dota card games.
Yeah.
I played Hearthstone.
Yeah, and
Wait,
that
did we? All right. So hang on a second. So, Dota 2. I guess they're using the characters or elements from that game to create this Artifact game, which is the card.
Sure. You
yeah.
mean
Usually these games are spin-offs of a.
I want to change the
Different
name.
platform.
I want to
And
change the name.
evidently,
Popular
when it was
platform.
announced, it was booed vigorously.
I'm going to.
There was
Based on the
disappointments.
videos
There
that
was
we- that we
disappointments.
watched.
It was all
There was
ingrown.
disappointment.
Which I guess I don't know. I don't know what they were expecting. They're at a Dota 2 tournament, and Valve's.
I
Gonna
mean,
release-
nobody really expects. Like, here's the thing: like, when you're excited for a game announcement, nobody's gonna get excited for a card game announcement.
ever.
Like, it's a passing thing. That's
Some-
like a blog post somewhere.
Some people.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not like
If that.
Oh my god! What?
Under
A card
25
game?
words, like max.
I mean, Hearthstone
Something
is
like
pretty big,
Hearthstone. Well, Hearthstone's still pretty big. If you look at
Yeah.
Twitch, like, they're still high up on the directory.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, everything Blizzard touches is
Yeah,
pretty
there's
good.
just Blizzard's got that special sauce. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel like they use the misunderstanding to get Artifact out to more eyes. It's like we're gonna say we're gonna get a new game out there. We're Valve.
yeah.
They're gonna have to go to one thing.
Well, it was like when they.
two names.
It's like when they announced Gwent on Xbox stage. I think it was.
Did you say squint?
Gwent. And that's the
Gwent.
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3.
Kind of spin off.
That's
we
the-
had that conversation earlier.
He doesn't pay attention.
GWENT, I think. I hope. Maybe.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the way
it.
it sounds.
That's how I wrote it, so that's how it's going to be.
But it's from the Witcher 3 universe, and it was something that, like, 2 E3s ago on Xbox stage, CD Projekt Red came out, and everybody was like, oh, is it a new game? Is it a new expansion of Witcher? No, they're just announcing a card game.
Well, I'll play you in
See, every
Legends.
time
Some people were actually excited for that, if I remember correctly from the announcement perspective, but it wasn't like... Nobody gets excited for them to come out and be like, hey, we're doing this interactive card game.
No, never.
At least I don't. Maybe there's people out there.
My card
There are.
game...
They got-
I don't know who they are.
My card games
Or where they are.
were back in the day were physical,
They're right
Exactly.
there.
and it was Magic the Gathering,
Right back
and
to
or
physical. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, you played Star Wars.
I had
There's
Star
a
Wars.
Star Wars card game.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
It's probably terrible.
No. I'm certain my haters.
So
I would rather play the Dragon Ball card game or the
Oh,
Pokemon
I
card
tried
game
playing-
before I would ever play a Star Wars card game.
I had some Dragon Ball cards.
I tried
got from
playing a
movies.
card game.
We
I
got
never
Dragon
had
Ball
it.
Z game.
Yeah, we had
Like
it.
I got a Broly card when I bought the Broly DVD.
Have you ever played Star Wars card game?
I've never watched Star Wars until like 2 years ago.
It's the first time I'm hearing about it, so
He
it can't be
collected
that
the
great.
whole set.
We really need to have somebody talk to Jonah.
I did. And
I'm
he
putting
still
that
has
on
the
the
rash.
to-do
I mean,
list.
what?
Anyway, these interactive card games that keep kind of popping up. Like almost every, it seems like a lot of franchises that are allowing to do it are now doing it.
Yeah.
Because Hearthstone has been such a huge success. Now, if you look at some of these that have come out, you have the new announcement with Artifact, which is Dota 2. You have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Interactive card games. You have Fable Fortune, which was developers from Lionhead.
Mm-hmm.
They're the Fable developer. When they closed up shop, they broke off, made their own development team, and Microsoft actually licensed out the Fable rights to make the interactive card game. So you have that popping up within that universe. You have Elder Scrolls Legends, which is another card game based in the Elder Scrolls world. Like, you have a lot of these different universes or these different franchises that are kind of capitalizing on a market. I guess they assume can make a kick-ass interactive card game. But with the interactive card game, if people get hooked on it and want to play it, they're going to be buying packs. Most of the time, they're not just going to play and just earn it the normal
basic
way,
set.
because you're going to get crushed by people who have spent money into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, I think if anything else, it's probably, I would assume, and like I said, I've only played a little bit of Hearthstone. Jonah, you played Hearthstone a little bit too?
Yeah, tiny bit, yeah.
You assume the more packs that you buy, the better cards that you get.
That's
So it literally
probably
is,
with every single.
You get a higher chance
business-
of better cards.
the
but-
business side of it is primarily pay to win.
How much money did we blow away on card games?
Exactly.
Well, you see, that's the thing. Like, you think of physical.
But you got a digital too now. Well, this is digital.
Well,
obviously.
digital. Like, when you talk digital packs, now is
Fun fact, real quick, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Digital games, there's a lot of digital games. If you actually own the physical cards, it's a specialized code that you get that are actually on the cards that you were actually able to put into
like the real life.
the video game.
It's like the show.
But it takes a long time to enter all those codes.
Then I would
There
throw
was-
my throat against
yeah.
the wall.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? You just put an Excel spreadsheet together and you got yourself, a library.
Too much time. That
Wow.
was terrible.
John, some people actually have that kind of time.
What were you saying? John, I cut you off. What were you saying?
Now, for instance, when physical game, you go out, you buy the packs, like whatever it was, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon,
Star Wars.
Magic the Gathering,
Dragon
Star
Ball.
Wars, Dragon Ball,
Said no, whatever.
whatever. Now, your chances of getting a powerful card, I don't know what the chances
They always
were.
have it based like it's a box, and you have a certain percentage within that
box, right?
You have an X amount of chance to get a rare, ultra rare.
Right. So when they sell the box at the store, you have the little packets.
Yeah,
within
like my
that.
brother when we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh, like he would buy boxes
Yeah.
because he was after Exodia,
Yeah.
so he would buy boxes.
So now, for instance, when you buy these digital packs,
Yeah.
now are you guaranteed to get? Okay, now you get this card.
I'm
you
assuming
get
it's
this card.
a random number generator
Because I don't
know.
I don't know how fair that would be if it's
Well,
digital.
that's the thing. Like, like that. I mean, it's all random. It's random number generation. Like, it's going to be based on a certain percentage of you getting something similar to that, but there's not a box percentage.
I know it's not like per
It's
store. This is for like widespread.
It's hey, within these 4 or 5 cards, whatever you get from a pack, randomly,
Yeah.
you're just gonna get whatever you're gonna get. Like, there's no guarantee that when you buy a physical box, like you're gonna have that, like the super ultra rare within that box.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
I know.
It's just all random. I'm sure there's more out there and information out there. I just don't know what it is. For like
Right.
Hearthstone.
Well, that's my question. I mean, like, how trustworthy is it to give them your money and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get
It's a
something
complete
really
chance.
awesome?
It's like a gamble. It's an absolute gamble.
Boy.
But there is certain things like, and I don't know how Hearthstone works with some. I don't really know how a lot of these card games work. Like, I don't know if you can just go and just purchase the card straight out. Like, I don't know if you can buy a certain kind of currency and purchase them
$1
straight
million.
out. That's how like a lot of like hero shooter games kind of save themselves. Because if there's a certain skin you want to buy, you can just buy some currency and buy those skins
Right.
that you want. But with the card side of it, if certain cards are like super powerful, you figure everybody would just go and buy the same cards,
Right.
Mhm.
and there wouldn't be a lot of differentiation. Between
Everyone would
the
just have the
packs
same
or the
powerful
decks.
cards that they're
Exactly.
throwing out.
Everyone had the same deck and it'd be a stalemate.
But it is something that's interesting because it's just constant. Like, a lot of these different franchises are creating these online card games, and obviously it's a big money source if you can get somebody into it and buying the packs.
Yeah.
And it also translates well to console, PC, and mobile very easily.
Yeah, I mean, for this, I can see handheld. I could, for mobile, for instance, like you give it to your kids here, play some card games during like a Christmas, whatever holiday, something for them to play or something like that.
Yeah. There's strategy to it.
Yeah.
It's something where if you want, especially like on your phone, like a lot of times you could be playing somebody and it's like almost like a chess game. Like you make a move, you do your turn, put it in your pocket, do whatever you're doing, check in like a couple minutes, see if they made their move yet.
As they're staring at the screen,
Yeah.
where did you go? I took a 4-hour car ride. I was the driver, so I couldn't obviously play. Were you waiting long?
I don't know what they do to actually deter that. I'm sure there's something. I don't know.
It's like playing chess. You make your move and walk away.
I'd be too afraid to jump online with anybody playing an interactive card game.
Yeah.
I would get stomped
Yeah, well,
like real hard.
you would first have to know how to play the game.
They'll like kill me like 3 moves. I'm like, I don't even know what happened.
Well, it's like I played Magic the Gathering. I guess it was on PC or something like that,
Yeah.
and then you go against a computer and they're like pulling out some magic shit out of their digital inventory, and they're like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
The cards, you have no idea what they actually are because they're not shown.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, like Jonah, when you played, did you have fun with it? I mean, you played. What did you play? Hearthstone. Hearthstone.
Yeah. It was fine. I played on my Mac,
Oh.
so it was slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played.
And I played
on
like 10 games with my friend, and I lost 9 of them. So I didn't have much fun. No.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah. See now, I mean, listen, I have nothing against people that play these things. Like it's either a time.
Like I said, it's very
Same,
popular.
whatever,
Hearthstone's
yeah.
very popular.
Now, because you go to like game stores that actually run like D&D games, they run Magic games, they run like a whole bunch of other card games. Now, I kind of feel that something like this, I guess it'd be fun there, but I still feel like a physical version of these games would be fun too. Like where you're like one-on-one and like,
Yeah, but
feel the tension.
well, it's not even that. Like it's just like buying pre-owned games. You're cutting down on the market of somebody reselling a card and making a profit off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're selling them a pack for
You can't even
$4.
Can you trade cards? Is there a way
oh,
to
and there
trade?
I don't know. There might be, but it's something where I'm sure that if you can trade cards, it's just an even trade. There's no currency being exchanged. Like you can't
feel
jack up
like-
the price.
I feel like if there was a trading feature, people could just put this kind of stuff on eBay and be like, I'll trade you this card if you give
Yeah.
me $5,000.
I'm sure they could sell the account if they really wanted.
Gets $5,000, hacks the system, then his whole information changes. He keeps your $5,000, you get nothing.
But it's the same thing. Like I said, it's the same
It's
thing.
risk.
Like if you buy the physical, you open up one pack for $4. You get the super rare card that costs like $130 to some people.
Yeah,
And they resell it, make that money, but the company doesn't make any of that money back.
yeah,
So it's another way to keep like the GameStops of the world from making profit off of something that
right,
is in the digital space.
yeah. So, final thoughts on the fact that the new Valve game is a card game.
Like I said, some people seem really unhappy about it, but
Good for you, Valve.
it's one of those
Explore the space,
It's
Valve.
just one of those trends.
You're
like,
doing just fine.
like Hearthstone comes out, super popular, does really well, makes a lot of money. Everybody wants a piece of that pie, so they start creating these cards.
Yeah, and I mean this teaser didn't show anything. It was just a bunch of colors.
Like most
Yeah.
teasers don't.
It was like it looked like it could have been
It's
a
like
trailer for
Metroid
Captain
Prime-
Planet,
It's like Metroid Prime 4. Here's the title.
or the next Switch Pokemon game where the guy's in his pajamas like writing on a piece of paper. Yeah, we're making it. Stay tuned. It's coming.
Which
I liked both of
which
those.
They got Jonah hyped.
which evidently is not going to be like this big open world game like a Zelda. They said.
Oh,
Like,
apparently,
It's
yeah.
gonna be like regular mainline.
It's gonna
Pokemon
be a
game.
card game
You stop.
on the Switch.
Saw my Switch.
They kind of have that.
First
with, like,
time here.
Pokemon Rumble.
Yeah, it's gonna be better.
Hopefully, 'cause
You're
it
gonna be able to,
sucks.
you're gonna have a card and put the card down and Pokemon. No, you're gonna throw a ball. It's gonna come out based on the card you have.
And the
That's
cards
not-
may crinkled up because it's in a ball. And yeah, you're all just.
You just
upset.
ruined its value.
It's not mint condition. You can't.
Way
sell
to
that
go.
anymore.
So, Chris, any thoughts?
Artifact equals sadness.
Artifact is the best game to ever come out.
Ever? Just
It didn't come out yet.
it's true.
I'm from 2019. When did this come out?
You're from
2020.
2019.
I'm from 2021.
Oh, okay.
2025, John. You screwed up.
That's what happens when
They
you time
actually-
jump too much. You forget where you come from.
It's going to
Everything's
come
just
out
wrong.
around the same time that Death Stranding comes out.
Actually, they turned Jonah into a robot and then a refrigerator.
Oh yeah, that was that conversation we had earlier.
That was a conversation.
That was a conversation. We're not going to elaborate just because it's funnier that way.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
It's totally funny. It's totally funny not to tell a story.
But anyway, guys, what do you think about the new Valve game being a card game? And are you guys into card games or digital card games? I don't even. What is the actual?
Should
term?
they-
I feel like
Interactive collectible card game.
interactive collectible
I'm
card
sure there's
game.
actually an acronym. I just don't know what it
Who
is.
plays a Star Wars card game?
I could
Let
prob-
me know in the comments.
No
Chris
one.
wants to know. Let us know about that
It's
too.
probably not even the same game. You figure they probably redid the game.
Star Wars card game?
Is it even in canon, that game?
Yeah, of course it
Who
is.
knows?
It's 100% canon. They have
Shona knows.
Valduru is his main character.
Valduru?
Yeah, I played it.
Val-
Yeah, it was-
Valduru?
you know, Chris.
Well,
Valduru.
later, peeps.